Well, hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of the Short, Pale, and Handsome podcast. I'm your boy, Loy Lee. Today is Monday, October 7th. That's the day. We're in October. We are a quarter. Wait, what? Yeah, we're almost done, right? We got like 3 more months. What is this? Q4? October, November, December. Yeah, we're in Q4, people. That's why I could never figure out how to get into corporate because I couldn't even tell you months, days, or math. Welcome to my birthday month. Happy birth month to me. Happy birth quarter to me. Happy birth 6 month. Happy birthday. Happy birth year to me. I will be turning 39 at the end of this month. Go Scorpios, 39. The dream ends here. I am living out the last years of my 30s. I am looking over the cliff into 40s. And I've realized that some of my dreams are probably never going to come true. I was like, hey, by the time I'm 40, I'm probably going to be living in a $1 million mansion because I'll be able to afford it. The older you get, the more you realize a lot of your dreams are going to be unattainable. The older you get, the more dreams you start just chopping off at the knee. You're like, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I'm never going to be a firefighter or play in the NFL. And I'm probably just going to have, a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. That's my dream. Not $1 million mansion. Somewhere in my 20s, I got this crazy idea of where, like, hey, I'm probably going to buy one of those old bomb missile silos, that they put up in, like, the 60s or 70s where they, go underneath the ground and they have this whole missile silo where it's been decommissioned. It's been decommissioned, and it's just this like crazy fixer-upper. But it'll withstand like a nuclear attack, right? It'll keep you safe. You could get hit by a nuke, you'll be fine. You could come and be in the zombie apocalypse, and you'll be fine. And these things. There's like one in Maine that I've been looking at since my 20s, and I was like, hey, I'll probably just buy this. It's like $250,000. It's got, I don't know, 500,000 square feet of living space. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's probably going to be $1 million to renovate. I'll probably do that by the time I'm 40. Not going to happen, Loy. Cut those dreams off at the knee. That's an amazing way to start this podcast. Just shitting on all of my hopes and dreams. All I have is my wife, my balls, and this podcast, and I won't break them for nobody. I don't even have my word. I'd say I'm going to show up to places, and I don't. So, yeah, it's just that's what I got in my life. How are you? How was your day? How was your week? This weekend, speaking of dreams that never will come true because I spend too much money elsewhere, I went and got to see the New England Patriots, the world champion, defending Super Bowl champs, New England Patriots, come on down to FedEx Field outside of the nation's capital and play the Washington Redskins. I haven't seen the Patriots play live in quite some time. And I guess they only come down here like once every 8 years. I guess they only play the Redskins like once every 4 years, kind of like the World Cup or the Olympics, either one of them. They come down every 4 years, and I guess the Redskins go up to Gillette Stadium every 4 years. So it's like every 8 years. But I will say I was very much afraid. Sporting events can get a little out of hand, and my wife was coming along because she wanted to see him. And she hadn't really been to an NFL game before. She'd never seen the Patriots play. So she was very excited, very, very excited. And I was like, hey, don't wear anything with the logo on it. And basically I'm saying you have 2 hats that I know of. one Boston Red Sox hat, and one LA Dodger hat. And right now, the Nationals are playing the Dodgers, and that's not good. Just don't wear anything with the logo, and you will be fine, right? I'm not out here trying to get my ass kicked in front of my wife. Nothing is going to be more degrading than watching your husband get his ass kicked right in front of you. So for my marriage, I was like, don't wear any logos, and we'll be fine. So she didn't, and come to find out, there were more Patriot fans than Redskin fans in the stadium, which was a surprise. I didn't realize that FedEx Field was going to turn to Gillette South. I know Camden Yards turns to Fenway South whenever Boston's in town, but I didn't think we were going to show up in droves like that. But it was more Patriot fans than Redskin fans, and they were gouging the prices. The price just went higher. Like on any given day, you can actually buy a Redskin ticket for like $25 in the nosebleed seats. And now they were going for like $100. So we spent a little bit more than $100 to get solid seats right there on the corner, end zone corner, like in the 300 section, couple rows back. It was good. Good pictures. Didn't mind it. The food, not so good. They definitely don't care. I feel like they built the stadium and they're like, we're doing no upgrades. We've got no upgrades planned. This is the way it is. And it felt like a stadium from the 90s. Like the food was subpar. Still stadium prices. Still like whatever fucking rape they were going to. That's a bad word, Loy. You need to be more, what do you call it? Sensitive. Whatever highway robbery, your normal arena stadium prices for food was, that's exactly what it was. But it just seemed shitty. Like I'm looking at the jumbotron, and then you kind of see the play, and then they've got like 4 ads, 2 on each side, and then just a small sliver of the score. You can barely see what down it is. They don't announce shit. They don't tell you what's going on. Like, I get it. Loy, you're there. You see it. But sometimes I need to hear shit, right? Like, was it a first down? I don't know. And then I'm just out there squinting at the screen. Like, I'm looking like that asshole. Like, I'm the racist out there. Like, what? The score? What's the score? They had no upgrades. Like, whatever it was in the 90s, like, this is the way it should be. And then we're never going to upgrade this shit. And it just seemed really outdated. So it's probably been up since what? 94, 95. So not only should they just tear down the stadium, they should tear down the other stadium that they have that they're not using in town and then build a football stadium where they used to play and then upgrade everything like the name. I got into an argument because I was wearing a maroon shirt. You've seen it on the podcast. You've seen it on my Instagram. It looks like a Redskins shirt, but it's got my face on it. It looks like the Redskins logo, and it says Asians. And somebody was like, hey, that shirt's not cool, because he thought I was a Redskin fan. Well, go Skins. Hail to the Redskins. They have a fucking fight song, okay? First of all, they have a fucking fight song. Who does that? Colleges do that. Are we in the 1940s? Hail to the Redskins. Hail to the I don't know. Whatever. HTTR. Hail to the Redskins, right? Whatever. That shit's garbage, first of all. It sounds like a time when it was just white people playing and the score was like 12-17 and it was a slobber knocker. They're just wearing fucking leather helmets and I don't know. But they have a fight song. So there's that, right? I thought our celebration at home was old school. We have a Renaissance fair with muskets shooting into the air. Pew, 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 pew. But no, they had to make it feel old. They're like, ba, 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 ba. Ba-da, ba, ba, They have a band. Like, this is like fucking college. If I wanted to go see a college game, I'd go watch the Howard Bisons get ruined every day, every week. They got destroyed. Sorry. Just like the Redskins, Howard Bisons got destroyed by Harvard. How do you lose to Harvard? You're at HBCU. How do you get destroyed by Harvard? Harvard doesn't even have tryouts for football. I don't know. Do they even have tryouts? Probably not. If I ever wanted to play football, I'd have to get into Harvard and then walk on to the team. But yeah, it was like horrible. Howard was like 62-17, something crazy like that. But it wasn't much better than the Redskins Patriots game. It was like 33-7. Horrible food. They had like Famous Dave's inside the thing, and we got like 3 ribs, and it was like $30. 3 ribs, 3 pork ribs, and fries, $30. And then we got 22-ounce tall boys, 24-ounce tall boys of Miller Lite, not my favorite, $15. So overall, we spent a lot of money on not good food. I don't see how anybody does that. I'd rather just stay home. Like, that's what it comes down to. Stay home, make some decent food. I would rather have the ribs, the pre-made ribs at Costco than fucking Famous Dave's at a stadium for $30. Okay, what am I rambling about? So when I was at the stadium, I got to play my favorite game called Most Obscure Football Jersey That I See. I spy a retro jersey. I spy a obscure jersey with my funny little eyes. And, there's a lot of Brady jerseys, which is fine because he's been playing for 20 years, right? You only had to buy it once, and then you get to wear it every year. There were the old school blue ones, like his rookie season, and then there was like the silver ones, which they don't wear anymore. Then the red ones, which is my favorite. The white ones, I saw, just a whole line of Brady jerseys. You had old Super Bowl patches. That was kind of cool. But I thought I had seen it all. I saw an Albert Haynesworth Redskin jersey, and I was like, obscure jersey. I like it. And then I saw an Albert Haynesworth Patriot jersey. I was like, you win. And then I saw a Tebow jersey. I was like, where did you get that? How do you even know what number to pick? What are you going to do? Pick his practice jersey number? What else? I saw Derek Revis or Daryl Revis. Derek Revis is one of my brothers. Daryl Revis, not my brother. I saw one of his jerseys, what I thought was pretty dope. And I really was hoping to see like an Andre Tippett, Steve Grogan. I didn't see that. So the most obscure jersey I thought was either a toss-up between Albert Haynesworth and Tim Tebow's New England Patriots jersey. That was the most obscure jerseys that I saw. Because I don't even think definitely Tebow didn't play a game. So maybe that might be the most obscure. Then Albert Haynesworth, I don't think he actually played a game. I don't think he played a game. Either way. But what I did realize, this is what I realized. I was hanging out with my cousin, and he's like a beer connoisseur. Just kind of like my boy Tunon, which we have, Dudes and Brews, Bros and Brews. I don't even know what the official title of that podcast is, but we drink beer. But I've come to the conclusion that I actually starting to enjoy IPAs. I am starting to enjoy those, what do you call them, DIPAs, double India IPAs, whatever. Like, if it tastes like shit, I kind of like it. The hoppiness, I'm enjoying that, oddly enough. So my palate is growing. It is exploring new worlds, a whole new world. Amazing breweries I never knew. See from way up here. I'm drinking beer, and let me show you a whole new drinking. I don't know. But yeah, which is exciting now that I realize that I'm actually enjoying IPAs and DIPAs and juicy New England IPAs, that I'm going to New England. I'll be in New England next weekend. I got a show on Friday here in D.C., and then I'm driving up. I'll be hanging out in Boston, in Maine. I got a show on Sunday for Columbus Day. What? Who does that? This guy. But I plan on hitting up a bunch of breweries and eating a bunch of lobster, because that's how we do it in New England, right? Am I right? Now that I'm doing a show, I'm headlining a show in the New England area. I got friends showing up, buying tickets, and I got apparently family saying they're coming. That's going to be interesting. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I need to sell these tickets. But it's going to be interesting, because I would rather, like, as a comedian, I would rather be in a room full of strangers than a room full of people that I know. I don't know, call it insecure, call it the imposter syndrome, because I get to be an imposter and nobody can tell me otherwise. But now I got family like, hey, there was this one time, like, nope, that never happened. Fuck. Hey, growing up, false. There's this one time when I was a kid, didn't happen. Get heckled by my family by being, like, factually correct. That's got to be fun. But I do look forward to it. It is, I don't think I've headlined in Maine before. I have once, one bar show. I've headlined a bar show. That was fun. None of my family was there. Shout out to the cities of the Ergoskagen, Lewis and Auburn. I will be there. I'll be at the Empire Comedy Club in Portland on Sunday. Tickets are still available, and come out, hang out if you're out there. Ollie Oxenfree, if you can hear me. Holla if you can hear me. It should be fun. It should be fun. It will be, I guess they're turning it to a full-time comedy club. Before it was like a music venue that did comedy, but now they're turning it to a full comedy club. So if I do well, maybe I'll come back next year, and I get to see my mom, and I get to see my stepdaddy, get to see Pop. Yeah. So that's I look forward to. I look forward to going to Maine and New England and Boston once a year. My wife enjoys it. You know, she gets to see. I feel like every time she goes, she gets like a better understanding of me. Kind of like, oh, you were raised by a bunch of savages. Yes, you were raised amongst monsters. That is also correct. Yes, and I'm very short-tempered. I'm getting better. Right, I'm trying to be easygoing. I don't want to be the asshole that just flips the fuck out in public for no fucking reason. I used to be that guy. I used to just flip out just to see what I could get away with. You know, just push the envelope. Just see how far we can go. And I'm a changed man. Because that's socially not acceptable. Apparently, it's actually way more socially acceptable now. Like, apparently now that's like the thing to do. So I guess I was ahead of the curve, right? But it's embarrassing. You don't want to be the guy that flips out and everyone's on recording being like, look at this fucking guy. Asian guy goes crazy at Starbucks because his dirty chai latte was not dirty enough. That's been my drink of choice lately, dirty chai latte. Milk, which is probably not ever anything that I should be drinking. Chai in a latte with a shot of espresso or two. And that's what I've been drinking. That's what I've been enjoying. And it's really fucking costly. Like, you can go down. I go downstairs. I go to Pete's Coffee because it's close, right? It's in the same parking lot where I live. And you can get a coffee there, $3, $4, normal. And then a chai latte is probably like $5. But whatever it is, I'm getting like 2 shots of espresso. I'm paying like $8. So at this point, I just would rather just stay at home and make my own Vietnamese coffee. Shout out to Vietnamese coffee. Shout out to Cafe Du Monde, keeping me alive. I do want a coffee sponsorship. That's what I'm looking for. I got to get a coffee sponsorship. Not even to save money, just so I could talk about coffee. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't know. I just thought coffee was a thing. But what else do I got going on? I watched that. My birthday is coming up, and the funny thing about my birthday is that I dislike it like a lot. Not that I like hate it. I'm just very, very, very indifferent. And my wife loves birthdays. She wants the best for me. She wants to come out and just give me like the whole 9 yards. She just wants to pomp and circumstance. I don't know if that's the right term, but she wants to just treat me like her husband, right? And there's something broken inside of me where I'm like, I don't. She's been asking me for like weeks now. She's been asking me since her birthday in April, like, what do you want for your birthday? We should get something for your birthday. What do you want to do for your birthday? And I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I've gotten better. Now I'm just not angry at people that want to celebrate my birthday. There was a time when I'm positive I've gotten into a fight with her in the past. I mean, we've been together 10 years, right? So there's been times in the past where, you know, just the Boston comes out of me and just like, I don't want to celebrate my birthday. I don't care. But now I'm just like, whatever. I feel like an old man. I don't have the fight in me. I'm like, fucking whatever. But yeah, never really liked my birthday. And that's what happens. Gentlemen, when you don't celebrate your son's birthday, he comes up to be a guy that gives his wife a hard time about celebrating his birthday. Like, I just don't want to do it. And, you know, last year we got a big get-together. We went to a place. We watched football. And I threw up in a parking garage because that's what you do. I probably shouldn't have smoked. But I was drunk, and then someone's like, hey, you want to smoke? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want to smoke. And then I was throwing up in the parking garage. So I will probably try not to do that. I don't think I want a big get-together. I missed a lot of people's birthdays this year, so I feel a little guilty. Like, when you become, like, a married couple, I feel like other married couples just start tallying up. Like, well, I gave you a Christmas card. You didn't give me a Christmas card. So next year, you don't get a Christmas card from us. We went to your birthday. You didn't come to our birthday. So we're not going to your birthday next year. But we went to your birthday last year. So you need to come to our birthday this year. Scoreboard says, you know, they're just keeping tallies. I don't like that shit. It's like, I'm fucking busy, right? I don't have a 9 to 5. Like, I guess that's what's embarrassing about being a comedian. It's like, I don't have a 9 to 5, right? So I don't have a Monday through Friday. My business is when everybody else gets off their business. So, you know, all of my nights start at 7 o'clock. All of my work weeks start on Thursday. So whenever I get paid, it's usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or maybe Sunday. But it's always after evening. So it's like, hey, we're having my birthday on Friday. It's like, hey, I'm working. Hey, come to this thing. Like, no, I'm working. You know, especially here in D.C., where everybody has a career. Everybody has, like, a real job, a real career, with real credentials, with real clearance, with real money. Nobody is trying to pay a contractor out here with weed, cocaine, or gift cards, which, as a comedian, I've been offered all of that. Like, do you want cash or do you want cocaine? I'm like, I'm going to take cash. Okay. Do you want cash or do you want weed? Like, I will take the cash. Do you want cash or do you want me to pay for your food? How about this? How about I don't eat anything, drink anything, and you give me the cash that you said you were going to give me when you said I was booked? How about that? Why don't we do that? And you know what? It's funny because now that I'm running shows and I'm help running shows, shout out to Broken Diamond Comedy, shout out to Eddie Lyles, shout out to, you know, all the homies in the struggle. but I have to come out of pocket. Sometimes a check, I get paid from the venue or the place with check or Eventbrite, and it takes a couple weeks. It takes a little while. I get a check, I got to deposit it, but nobody that performs like, well, you said money. I'm not going to wait for money, for your money. I would like money now. I would like my money now. Can we make this happen? And, I had an event, and I had to pay money out of pocket. I had to make sure I had money in my pocket to pay them out because I didn't want to be that guy. And that's stressful. And I don't know how often you can do that before it just becomes like overbearing and like a check bounce and now you're out the money, and I get it. But I don't want to be paid in cocaine, okay? I don't. If I want cocaine, I know where to get cocaine. I'll pay real money for cocaine. I'm not going to just sit on cocaine. I don't know where you got it from. I don't know. I know where the dude that I buy cocaine from gets it from. I don't want like that. That's also the weird thing about here. It's like weed. There's like everybody out here is like everyone smokes weed, but it's either good weed or bad weed. Like there really isn't like anything in the middle. It's like yeah, it's good weed. But like I'm paying money for this. Can you be more specific? Like am I gonna be a fucking idiot for the rest of the day, or am I gonna be out there trying to like build shit or think that I can fly? Like I need to know what this thing is. But here in D.C., it's like, yeah, it's good. You'll be fine. And I don't think that is reassuring from somebody selling me drugs, narcotics, if you will. But yeah, I think that's the weird thing about comedy is that everybody is trying to hire you for free, or if they offer you money, they're actually trying to pay you in not money after the fact. I don't think that really happens in any other profession other than entertainment. Like, you don't go to your job and be like, yeah, I just worked construction for the last 40 hours this week. I don't want beer and cocaine. I want money so I can buy the beer and cocaine if that's what I want to do. And that's always interesting. Even people who do construction, a lot of them aren't doing night shifts. And when I tell people like I can't go to your birthday, I'm working. I can't go to your birthday, I'm out of town. I can't go to birthday because I don't want to. They don't understand. People here don't fucking understand. What do you mean you don't want to? What do you mean you're working? Why don't you get a real job then? Like, whoa, fucking relax, homie. You're right. I should probably get a real job. I don't think. I'm sure my mom's proud, but it's hard to explain to people. I don't think my mom's that disappointed in me. It's a real enough job where my mom was like that's fine. That's fine. So yes, that's what I got. What else? We got shows. What do we got? The DC Comedy Fest. No, the Broken Diamond Comedy Fest is coming up in November. So I'm busily working on that, trying to make all of that make sense. But again, booking and logistics and trying to get all of this shit, like just the back end. Just the back end of running a show just seems to be more headache than I really care. Like, I need a business partner. You do all of that shit, and I will do everything else. I'll be the hammer side if you be the business side of this endeavor. It's not fun, man. I think in comedy, also, another thing that is unlike any other industry is like you got to be really good at a lot of things that have nothing to do with comedy. Like if you're an accountant, like I think that's why a lot of small businesses fail, because they're good at one thing. They're really good at whatever it is. Being an accountant, being a masseuse, being whatever. But then you're like, hey, now in order to get clients, you got to start marketing and paying bills and checks and balances, and I don't know what these words are because I'm a horrible small business owner. Cash flow, petty cash, all of these words. And these are like, I just want to tell jokes, right? I want to buy my ticket, show up where I need to show up, tell my jokes, go home. I don't want to have to like figure out how to sell tickets and fucking, I don't know, marketing and booking and all of these things. I don't want to know how to do any of this. But that is where we live in comedy until you can start getting people to start promoting for you, until you can start just putting it like putting everything on autopilot. You got to do all of the work. You got to do all of the ancillary work that you don't want to do, and that shit is frustrating. Okay, that's what I got. I feel like I'm a little short-winded in the long-winded department. I didn't really have much to talk about this week. I'm just excited. I'm excited to be home. I'm excited to see my mom. I'm excited to see my siblings. You know, it's a once-a-year thing, and I think I got vacation on my mind, basically, right? Right. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you. You guys know Loy Lee Comedy across everything, and then Short Pale Handsome on Instagram. I'll finally try to post something at some point. Shoot me an email or don't. I love you guys. Yeah. Okay, bye.